It's lunchtime and Louise is served up a high-calorie meal of a jumbo-sized sausage roll, crisps and cakes. Desroy has a small bowl of chicken salad.
Yeah, I'm hoping that I can eat it all. I don't see why not.
Well, I think if you're going to do it, this is going to be the meal.
And what do you think of the salad?
I feel like I should have a hedge trimmers. To be totally honest with you, I think it's probably the first time I've actually tasted, I don't know if it's the spinach or that, it's on its own. It's normally going in with like a spoonful of rice and a bit of meat, if you know what I mean.
And it looks like, yep, Dr. Jessen's words of wisdom have finally paid off.
Outside of this house, I would have said, OK, that's enough, and I would have only eaten half of it. So it's a big achievement to me that, you know, I've done it.
And Desroy, who's filled up on just a salad rather than his normal gigantic portions, is also thrilled at their mutual success.
It made a change, because it's the sort of thing where it's at the end of the meal, my plate's always clean. Today, for the first time, we've had her plate was clean, and mine's had a bit left in it.
I hope that Desroy is starting to learn that huge portions and fatty foods are not essential and that he can live on a healthier and smaller portions.
So it's dinner and the final opportunity for Desroy and Louise to prove they've both broken their terrible old eating habits.
Cute.
It's Supersize spag bol versus super skinny stew.
You think you'll be able to finish that one? Yeah?
I'll give it a go.
Louise is determined not to let the side down.
Come on, Louise, you can do it. Hey, well done.
Mission accomplished.
That was a bit strange, me having an empty plate, Desroy not having an empty plate. It was like the first meal that we had, Desroy had eaten all his, and there I was with a plate full of food still.
I didn't think that she'd finish it. Thumbs up to Louise, she did well.
It's strange, the last meal of the week, and the roles have changed slightly. So that was quite cool to see.
So having hopefully changed their eating habits for good, it's time for Louise and Desroy to check out.
I think the whole experience, it's definitely been an eye-opener for me. I've been trying to eat a little bit more every time. It's been difficult and it's been an achievement in itself, just, you know, me getting through this week.
Dr. Jessen has prepared healthy eating plans for Louise and Desroy, which they'll have to follow for the next 12 weeks.
I'm really pleased with you, because you did manage, after all, to eat an entire Desroy-sized portion. Louise, what's been the worst bit for you about Desroy's diet?
Not just trying to eat the portions, but getting back into the whole routine of having breakfast, lunch and dinner instead of just snacking when I want and sometimes skipping meals altogether.
Desroy, did you cheat at all?
Not at all.
So you really did it?
I did.
What's been the hardest thing about this swap for you?
Well, having to sort of like deal with the meagre portions has been really hard.
What would you tell Louise?
Well, I think her mindset's right, because she was determined to eat a larger portion sort of thing, and she's been doing so. So I'd say carry on as you are. You're doing fine.
I've done your diet plans for you, OK, for the next 12 weeks. This is what you're going to stick to. Louise, that's yours.
Okay.
Desroy, that's yours. And what's interesting about these is they're essentially exactly the same. You're eating the same food groups, the same balances of stuff, just slightly different amounts. But the point is, it's a healthy, balanced diet. You're not going to miss meals. You're going to have all your meals. You can have your healthy snacks. And I want to see big changes in 12 weeks. OK, guys? Okay. Best of luck to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So now the diet swappers must go it alone as they embrace their new healthy eating plan for the next 3 months. Good luck!
See ya.
Coming up, Louise and Desroy get the results of their final weigh-in.
Do you remember what you weighed when we first met?
6 stone 2.
6 stone 2. And now, you weigh?
And Anna Richardson meets someone whose extreme diet has done their body untold damage.
My clothes rubbing against my legs felt like they were sandpaper rubbing against sunburn.
My journey through the madness of fad dieting is almost at an end. Whilst researching the latest weight loss trends, I've come across the stories of dozens of people who've suffered the consequences of diets that have spun out of control. And as I dig further into the darker realms of extreme dieting, I've come across a truly disturbing disorder. I'm just doing some research about eating disorders, and the obvious ones that come up are anorexia and bulimia, and obviously we've all heard about those and very, very well known. I've just come across something called diabulimia, which I have never, ever heard of. Apparently it's where people who are diabetic deliberately skip their insulin in order to stay thin, and it's incredibly dangerous. So, I mean, I just can't believe that people are going to these extremes. Medication for diabetes stabilises blood sugar levels, so diabetics who skip their injections allow their blood sugar levels to rise. Over time, the high sugar levels can damage nerves and blood vessels around the body, increasing the risk of heart attack, stroke and blindness. It's estimated that a staggering 1/3 of diabetic women under 30 in the UK have resorted to controlling their weight this way, but the consequences I've discovered can be devastating. 24-year-old Lisa Bond has suffered from diabetes since she was 6. For 9 years, she skipped injections to control her weight, with life-shattering consequences. OK, so 11.5 stone, 5'3", you felt quite porky?
Yeah.
OK. And by abusing your insulin,
yeah,
because you discovered that, hey, I'm shifting the weight fast,
yeah,
what weight did you get to?
I got down to just over 7 stone.
You lost 4 stone?
Yep. And I could lose half a stone in a week, easily. I could literally not do my injection, go to sleep for 24 hours, get up and notice a difference and notice that I've lost weight already in 24 hours.
While you've been asleep?
Yeah.
OK, so at what point did you decide, I need to stop this now, I need to start taking my insulin?
I started to change my attitude when I was about 21. I had nerve damage in my legs, which was one of the long-term side effects if you don't control your diabetes, but it was extremely painful. I don't know if you've ever been really badly sunburned before, but it felt like that, and my clothes rubbing against my legs felt like they were sandpaper rubbing against sunburn, so I could hardly walk, and had to take, I'm still taking medication for it now, and I will probably have to for the rest of my life.
It's absolutely extraordinary. And did you suffer any other long-term effects?
Yeah, I went blind in my right eye.
You've gone blind in one eye?
Yeah, I went blind from it.
Knowing what you know now, if you could go back in time, would you have done the same thing?
No, absolutely not. I think when I was going through losing my sight and my nerve damage, I just had the worst feeling of regret and guilt.
If, for 1 minute, you've thought that it's worth damaging your body just to keep your weight down, please, please think again. Next week, I meet probably the most famous sufferer of anorexia in the world.
Louise Sapsford was a super skinny, sparrow-like eater who couldn't bring herself to finish a meal. Now it's time to find out if 12 weeks of proper healthy eating has made a difference.
How are you? Nice to see you again. How's it been going?
Yeah, good, thank you.
Give me 12. Gosh, let me see your back. You remember before I was pointing out your spine in those pictures? It's not there anymore, you can't see it. And are you feeling happier and healthier?
A lot happier.
Really?
And healthier, yeah. A lot more energy,
really?
And I'm not tired throughout the day. I used to sit at my desk at work and fall asleep, whereas now I'm not.
Louise might feel and look healthier, but has she managed to put on any weight?
OK, totally good.
She's been reunited with diet swap partner Desroy to share the results.
Desroy, how are you doing?
Good to see you.
Looking well.
Yes, and you. Like you put on.
Do you think she has?
Yeah, definitely.
Do you remember what you weighed when we first met?
6 stone 2.
6 stone 2. And now you weigh 6 stone 9.
Yay.
So you put on half a stone.
That's brilliant.
Half a stone.
Yeah, that's excellent.
Exactly what I wanted, so that's fantastic.
Louise's weight gain is a huge step in the right direction, and she's also managed to put on 2.5 inches round her waist and 1.5 inches on each thigh. But has Louise's feeding buddy, Man Mountain Desroy, made a start on getting down to a healthier weight?
Do you remember what you weighed when we first met?
It was 28.13.
It was 28 stone 13.
OK.
Well, now you're 28 stone 4.
Oh, my God.
Yes! Exactly.
He's also lost 1.5 inches off that bulging belly of his and 1.5 inches around each thigh.
Just think in a year, you can lose 2 stone at this rate, which is great.
Yeah.
So keep it going.
The biggest changes I made was cutting out all the junk food and eating right, getting my portions right. It took me a long time to actually make the initial move, but now that I've done it, I think it's the best thing I've ever done.
The whole experience has been fantastic. Knowing that I've put on an extra couple of inches, you know, around my thighs, legs or stomach is great. I definitely don't want to be a size 0, but hopefully, you know, I'll get to the size 8 and that'll be it.
I don't think Louise realised just how bad size 0 looked until I showed her those blown-up pictures of her. But now she's put on half a stone and is looking so much healthier and happier. I'm sure that's all the incentive she's going to need to keep this up.
If you are overweight or underweight and would like to participate in the next series, or you're affected by any of the issues in this programme, then please go to www.channel4.co.uk/health. Next week, in the last diet swap of the series, Superskinny Alex gets a stiff warning about his manhood.
Because your diet is so bad, this is not going to be working properly.
And there's trouble in store when Supersize Tracy's deprived of her plentiful platefuls.
I'm not going to eat any of this. It's just crap.
What you've had this week is what I would have had on an average week. I'm not dead.
And for the first time in her life, Gillian McKeith pigs out.
Oh, for goodness sake.